Atlanta?
Nah, they from Gwinnett.
Oh. Okay.
But I mess with them though. Them my boys.
What up, what up? Yo. We back. This is the Voice of the NAWF podcast, and today, new podcast alert. It is November 11th. Happy Veterans Day. And again, I'm your host, Phil, aka Dr. Phil Good. I'm gonna pass it to my dog.
It's your boy Teasy.
From the NAWF. But today is special because we have a new
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Yasmin Renee on Instagram. Follow me, YAZMENRENEA. YAZ. You follow me. You better follow me.
Make sure I'm
hey,
right.
So, thank you.
Okay, so before we go any further, since people watching will see a new face, I want you to just explain who you are,
or hear a new voice,
or hear a new voice. If they
one time for the listeners though.
The listeners, I love that too. So go ahead.
My name is Yasmin Renee. Once again, I am a model, actress. I'm also do business consulting and a life coach as well.
Wow.
I have several different businesses, so I am an entrepreneur, and I am from the NAWF.
What high school you went to? Berkmar.
We in here.
No side.
Also, we got Berkmar, the Creek,
That
and
is
South.
You went to Meadow Creek?
No, I went to Meadow Creek.
I went a month.
What you mean?
You went to Meadow Creek.
Whoa, what's that for?
Sad.
No, we're not.
We all know.
Hey, last time I said Middle Creek to the white boys, oh, you mean Ghetto Creek?
That's exactly. Yo, when I came from Meadow Creek to South, they was like, oh, you came from Ghetto Creek?
Hold on, y'all just gonna say that.
Really call us that?
Y'all gonna say that without consequence?
I think it fits.
That's like nigga though.
I know
that. Like
yeah.
Ghetto Creek.
So Ghetto Creek actually started in like 2001. It was because they were having too many fights and they got in the paper. Somebody just deemed it Ghetto Creek. That's what happened.
Ghetto Creek. Ghetto Creek.
And it just stuck.
No. It's stuck ever since because
it really is kind of ghetto.
No. It when I was there for
Meadow Creek reminded me of high school high. On the low.
Shut your ass up.
On the low, like just on the low. And I only went there for a month.
First of all, ain't no school in Gwinnett reminds you of no high school high. One, that's just that. But before y'all get too rambunctious with this Meadow Creek slander,
yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Did you go to Berkmar when Migos went to Berkmar?
I did. I went to Berkmar. 2011 is when I graduated. They graduated, I believe, Quavo and Offset graduated 2010.
Boy did not graduate.
Okay, well, they went to school 2010. And I think Takeoff is a year under me, 2012.
Okay.
So, yeah. I know.
Out of here.
Sky. Okay, so to get into this this podcast, what we're going to be talking about is very serious, but it's the shootings that have been happening. Well, mass shootings in particular that have been happening. So the latest one was sometime a couple days ago, a few days ago, and this one was yesterday
in Memphis.
Okay, so Memphis, and the one before that was when?
It was the day before, and I think that was California.
Okay. So these mass shootings, and something that when I'm reading the statistics or whatever that struck me is they're all pretty much white men. From like 1982 to now, like 59 of the 104 or whatever have been white men.
Right.
So, yes, what does that say? One, about the country, and then, well, to you about the country, and then what they portray on the media.
I think what it means to me is that I just feel like, as far as portraying it on the media, I just feel like it's always a case of, oh, this person has this type of illness, oh, this person has PTSD, oh, this person has this, but it's never like when anything happens as far as the black community is concerned, it's always that person is a juvenile delinquent, or that person smokes, or that person drinks, or it's they portray us in such a negative light. But it's like when the white community does something as far as a mass shooting, like they're literally killing like 11, 20 people are losing their lives, like literally multiple, and it's being seen as, oh, okay, well, he had a mental illness,
right? And
it's not. I just feel like as this day and age, they shouldn't have more consequences than this. Like, why is it so easy for them to get guns with having mental illnesses? So I just feel like I think that plays a big part as far as like in the media, and it just means to me like, stop making excuses for them, because you wouldn't make excuses for us.
We'll get no excuses.
Y'all you think these kids are buying these guns? The kids with the mental illnesses are buying the guns?
I don't think it's hard for them to get them. I think it's either in their homes. I think they know somebody who has it, or online. Online makes things so easy to get anything, like not even just like guns, to get drugs, to get opioid prescription, and that's a big problem in America now too, with the white community.
Online?
You can get all that online, fake prescriptions, everything.
Opioids online.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's
now,
sad.
now, do you know if there's any restrictions as far as the parents having a weapon with the kid who has been diagnosed with mental illness?
I think that definitely should be considered, because nobody's looking at that. They have just as easy access to these weapons just as much as, like the parents do.
Right.
And it's just like, okay, where are these guns? And these aren't like handguns. Like, these are assault rifles. They come in with like 3-4 different ones with them.
They got them Call of Duty guns.
Right.
So when they started taking the second round of statistics, there have been 305 guns used, and of the 175 mass shootings that there have been, 175 of the mass shooting weapons were obtained legally, and then 52 were obtained illegally. So
175 were legal guns.
Were legal. Yeah. So it's these people's guns and these parents' guns that they have in their houses, whatever. So I don't know how you stop a kid from taking their parents' gun just because it's hard.
Right.
And that's
eventually
that's their right that they be fighting for.
Right.
Or they want that. Is it the first or second? Second Amendment.
Yeah, Second Amendment. They want that. But I just don't know how you can really combat that. You can't, because eventually the parents, when they get old enough, they're going to tell the kids like the combinations in case you have to open it to defend the house and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, this kid is getting bullied at school, and he didn't check everybody off that's about to go, and all he has to do is put the combination in, and then that's it.
That's it.
That's a wrap.
Lives is going to be taken.
A wrap. That's a wrap for everybody. Do you believe that gun control could do anything, or do you think it's more on the mental health side?
I think it's both, to be honest. I think, first of all, with the whole bullying, everybody was bullied before. It's just the way you handle it. Like, why is it when black kids are bullied, they're able to take it and dish it out, but it's white kids are bullied, they want to get guns? Like,
right.
Could we, like, if they have I don't know if they're more prone to mental health illnesses or what it is, but I just feel like I feel like the mental healthness is definitely, because it's a stigmatism around mental health anyway. People don't want to get help for that. And then with the gun control, it's ridiculous. Like, this is Congress, really. This is just the people who are supposed to represent us. That's the biggest thing. Exactly. Like, the older white men that, yeah.
I got a theory on white people.
So ready for that generation to die, y'all.
They almost gone.
They almost gone. We just need like 20 more, 15 more years.
I don't know. They picking though.
And she's right.
But
they're almost gone. But within these younger people, there's still
Yeah,
like
it's
sections.
still sections, yeah,
but it's not gonna be as prevalent.
It's so much better. Like the buddy from Texas, he seemed like he kind of older.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all O'Rourke is his last name. O'Rourke, the one who's running for governor in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like he's an older dude, but he got a progressive. He thinks progressive.
Right.
And I would never think Texas would have somebody come out like that.
Hell
you
no.
know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
for Democrat and for the people. But
Right.
he got a lot of following. So I think once that older generation die off,
Me too.
then once we can get new Congress in and start making these
But
changes
they
to these
got
gun laws and
here.
shit like that, because
Who here?
The older
old people?
Like when I went to
I mean-
vote, I was literally the youngest in line.
yeah,
I was the only black one in line,
Yeah.
and the only.
Where you voted at?
I
right.
voted in DeKalb County.
Nah, it was in
That's
Johns Creek.
No,
or something.
I'm telling
Abersham.
you, I was shocked. I literally was shocked.
What the fuck is that?
I'm like, these, like, they have walkers. Like, they voting even on their last breath. Like, oxygen tanks,
Nah,
rolling them
they
in.
do. They
like,
definitely do. They
Yeah.
definitely do.
Make sure they be safe.
Look, this is my theory on why so many white men that shoot up places and stuff like that. So when we're taught in school, everybody's pretty much taught the same things. White men are taught that they run shit. That's just what it is. We have run shit for how long, and that's just the way it is. When they don't, or when there's an inkling of them not running shit, or they're not getting the girls that they want, or they're not the popular kids, or they're not this, then they feel like, oh shit, I'm nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of mostly white men commit suicide too.
Yeah.
Just
We need to
because
look at that.
there's a lot of pressure that they just don't know how to handle in general.
they're spoiled.
Yes, they are.
Super.
It's spoiled and entitled.
They're
and,
white privilege. That's
and the WP is
that's
in
exactly
effect.
exactly.
WP is in effect. Alright,
We back.
so check this out. I was talking to somebody about relationships and being in relationships, and I said, one, it's hard to have a relationship these days just because there's so many outside interferences and different things going on, and people don't know how to act in relationships.
Why you look at me like that?
So, hold
Don't
on.
look at me
Hey,
like that.
no, but hey, no,
No,
hey,
she looked over slow, like.
You like,
First of all, that was
I just said,
that was
like,
the
I'm
biggest
just,
eye roll.
I'm feeding the
I've seen it in a
podcast.
minute.
it looked like he was trying it.
No, I'm feeding the podcast, B. We on the podcast. So, what you said, my man?
She said,
Back to the top.
I said around relationships and where they're going, and the state of them. I think it's like in a hazy. There's a big fog
Wow.
in people's visions of relationships now, because one, people, since we are the generation of microwave generation, we want everything now, we also view our relationships like that. We view our relationships like we want everything to happen now.
Yeah,
like we have
I
to be
can see
happy now. If we're not, then that's it. Like we can't do that. If we have some type of separation or a time period where we're not exactly in conjunction with each other, then our shit is falling apart, and then we have to go find somebody else to say, okay, I need this person to fill this little void.
You think they do? You think that's conscious? Like find somebody else for
Yes,
what you lacking?
Yeah, I mean it's conscious and unconscious. I mean the conscious part is they're consciously.
As far as
actively-
physical.
Yeah, they're finding somebody else, because if say your girl or whatever, say she gained some weight or whatever, you'd be like, man, I told your ass that you just gained weight.
I've been trying to
Look
keep the business
this way, and just be like, damn, she bad.
That is such a double standard.
What?
That is such a double standard.
What you mean?
Because girls don't, like, if girls do that, then what? We can't really do that.
If girls do that, then they do that.
Girls do that too, though.
They one
more. Don't they say women cheat more than men?
Women may cheat more, but y'all don't know because y'all not slick enough.
Exactly.
We're little 2 steps ahead of y'all.
Exactly. So.
But it just matters who got caught. It don't matter who ain't get caught because what you don't know ain't gonna hurt you.
You heard it first.
So,
it matters who got caught.
What you do. So yeah, I mean, women. I don't think no. Women don't cheat more. I don't believe that. Just because women, a lot of times, most of the times when they're in relationships, they're pretty much in it, and it's hard for women to get feeding off of a relationship. So it has to be either one or two things. Either they just stupid, and then they just want to fuck themselves up because that's their subconscious mind. Like, I need to fuck myself up because I'm used to that, because I don't like good things. Or most of the time the man has done something
I don't
to
like good things.
Yeah, I don't like good things, like in life. That's what
I just want all bad shit.
yeah, I just
that's
want,
what
yeah.
women think.
I mean, it is.
We all know
No,
somebody.
it's not a woman thing. It's just it's a people thing. But since we're talking about women, the other thing is men will push a woman to do these things. It's not saying it's right for them to do it. They should just break up. But if they are just afraid or they're in a certain situation where they have to do this, then they will get pushed into the arms of another.
Mm-hmm.
So my
Maybe.
no, I mean it's really the only two. There's really no other reason. If you can give me another reason why women do that, because there's.
I think people also just fall out of love, and then you just.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's part of being pushed away.
Okay.
Like, I don't love you anymore, but I'm afraid to not be with you just because you are an attachment for me now.
Mm-hmm.
And without you, I'll kind of be lost. So even though I don't need you, this string that I have with you I'm still holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to break it. We need to be done with each other. We just gonna hold on to it until it just breaks itself. And usually, it breaks itself is somebody else has scissors. That's just
like a different person coming in.
Different
third
person
parties.
Homewrecker.
has the scissors, and they're doing it.
So you're talking about a homewrecker.
Now, my question for let's go to Yas first. What percentage do you think? I mean, you can make a percentage, I guess, but of like women in general believe that or know that when they're when the person that they're with is cheating, meaning if they are the side person now, supposedly.
Like the side chick?
Yeah,
How does the side chick know?
Side chick. How does she know if she does know that her now dude or whatever is in a relationship?
The communication. That's the first thing. I think once your communication starts lacking with somebody, once you go from talking to them every day and you go from limited communication, I feel like that's a #1 indicator. You gotta pay attention to those signs. And I feel like in relationships, women don't pay attention to early signs of men that they don't want to be with. And men as well, I feel like people don't pay attention to those signs because 9 times out of 10, when you break up with somebody, the reason that you're breaking up, they displayed that to you when you first met them. But you didn't want to accept that, or you thought you could change it, or it's not like that, or you're making excuses for that person. With relationships, I think 3 issues with relationships. I think people depend on people too much in relationships. And when I say depend on them, I'm talking financially, I'm talking mentally, I'm talking emotionally, I'm talking physically. Like, as far as like mentally, for example, people who have mental illnesses, when they get in a relationship, they sometimes depend on that other person to understand what they're going through. That's what a therapist does. That's where you get help. That's where you seek help from. Don't seek help from your partner.
Right.
Because they don't know what you're dealing with sometimes. We're all different. With communication, I feel like people don't know how to communicate how they feel to others. They don't know how, especially in a way where we can sit and talk about it. I feel like people hold things in, they let things go, and oh no, it's not that serious now. But then when they get that boiling point, they blow up. And then it's just like, okay.
But niggas don't be getting it though.
Right.
Niggas don't get it. So it's like, what do you do?
So who do y'all feel has a harder time in relationships? Like grasping the concept of it and being together and women?
Women.
Women have a harder time?
Women. I think women have a harder time just because 9 times out of 10 men aren't really Men want you to play house with them. You want a housewife, but when I'm like, oh, in a relationship, no, I don't want a relationship. I didn't say we were in a relationship. Yeah, but you tapping this ass like you in a relationship. You eating this food and we playing house.
Oh, I'm glad you said eating this food.
But is that on the man or is that on the woman?
It's on both because
we just doing what I want at this point. Like, it's not necessarily a relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Women have a harder time. Women have it harder because with men it's just like, oh, well, she doing all of this for me, and for women it's just like, okay, like I'm doing so much and then getting so little from this man when he's getting so much and giving so little.
Right. I can see that. I mean, I know it. I'm just saying, I don't think it's as much on the man for falling into the relationship as it is the woman, because the woman, you know what I'm saying? You know how they say, I don't know how it is. Have you ever heard somebody say, like, say you a dream? Like, a nigga say you a dream?
Hell yeah.
Boy, I used to hear that going to the club in Louisiana. We used to go to the club like, shit, I'm about to go sell some dreams. Look, you can go sell them a dream real quick, and if they buy it, that's on them. Like, but I don't think it's on the guy also, but for the most part, I think guys just doing what they want, and the women can see. What you think?
I think with it, I understand what you're saying, and I do think it's both, because I think like women need to stop doing that. Stop doing everything for a man that you know doesn't want you. Like, why are you doing that? No, treat him how he's treating you. That's how I was brought up. Treat people how you wanted to be treated. So if you're treating me like I'm a side chick, please believe I'm gonna treat you like you my side nigga. I'm gonna call you when I want.
That's when it started hurting.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
You didn't call me, bro.
Right.
I know you got off at 11. Your car is 6 minutes from the desk. Why you ain't call me?
Regret.
It's 11:15. That's when you start arguing.
Exactly. I think another problem with relationship is people are lost individuals, and then they get into relationships. You
we
lost
talked about that
by
last
yourself.
time. So what do you think the age is to get married?
I think never.
Okay.
But if you were to though, because that's a theory. But if you were to,
okay, so you should get married around like from like 38 to 45. So
But what is the age of like most divorces? What do you guys?
And then like that, I would think 40 to 50.
Yeah, I know
a
lot of people that I know that are divorced are around that 40, 50.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. Most of them got married and just kept going just because they had like kids or whatever, and just kept it on. But a couple things after hearing all this. One, it's all the men's fault. It's all the men's fault in this sense.
That's a theory. It's an opinion.
Yeah, of course. Look, this I've studied this and read many books about women and all this stuff. The problem is not what we feel the relationship is. That's not the problem. The problem is what we perceive to be the relationship. That's what it is. What we perceive to the women that the relationship is. I used to have to tell one of my homeboys, hey, you can't keep bringing this girl over every day and you telling me that you don't really like her like that. Y'all in a relationship right now. Y'all been talking for a month and y'all done had raw sex.
Sounds like a relationship to me.
So yeah. I mean, if y'all did that,
that's a marker. That's a check mark.
If y'all did that more than one time, and this is consistent to where this is like, okay, we're doing this a lot. You gotta remember, when you do that, it's a certain button that goes off in them. Like, okay, relationship activated. Just because for whatever reason, when I was like 22, 23, or whatever, I just learned real early that they crazy for real. So if you push them to that point of activating this other button they got, so they got this relationship, and then this is crazy. Turn that on too. So do something like that. So pretend that y'all in a relationship for this long, and then act like y'all not for this little bit of time. So cheat or do something like that. Then that's when we say they crazy. When, I mean, they are pretty crazy, just in general, but there's different levels of crazy too. So when we do that, that's our fault. You can't, it's kind of like a playing with people's feelings type thing. No, it really is. I have been so honest with girls to where it seems like I'm being mean. Like, hey, you gonna come up to whatever or not? Like, just straight up in your face. Just because that's just what I learned that I had to be for them not to think nothing else was nothing else. Like, if we're gonna be this, then that's what we're gonna be. Right. We're gonna be in this conjunction of our relationship. I lived with a girl for 3 years. We was in a relationship. Like, about we about married for real. So I've been in that space too, where I really wasn't like doing nothing else. Because when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. Because I mean, it just doesn't seem like I for whatever reason I have like horse blinders on, and I really don't be seeing a lot of girls. Like, if I'm out, I still flirt. Because but I tell my women that like, if I flirted with you to the point, if I went from 90% flirting to 10% flirting, then you getting the good of it. Like, I just can't go out and just be like, all right, this is boys' night. What? What is that? Yuck.
So what you do? What's your play? What you say?
I mean, my flirt is just regular talking. But to girls, it might seem like I'm talking. I'm not gonna get your number. I'm not gonna do any of that. But it just seems it just seems like some of the stuff would be out of bounds when it's really not.
Right.
So as long as I don't cross no lines and then she don't find out about it, then it's cool. Like, don't think your girl has never went out and not danced with nobody ever. That's impossible. She's been grinding up on nothing on the penis.
On the waistline.
Yep.
On the river.
Yeah. Well, it's just dancing. What are you upset for? I mean, yeah, that's what it is. So, yeah, that's not.
I definitely understand that, and I feel like I understand, like you said, with the boundaries and the flirting. Like, if my whoever I'm messing with, if they come to me like, or if I find out they were flirting, I'm okay with flirting. But like you said, when you push that boundary, because I'm a flirt too. Like, it's just natural. Like, when you're having conversations with other people and people think you're attractive or whatever, it just comes off as flirting. Yeah. But when you pushing that boundary, when numbers is being taken, when you sending stuff that you're not supposed to be sending, when you doing things that you wouldn't do if I was right next to you, you're trying. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're pushing that boundary. Exactly. You're trying it. Like, flirting, I've been with my guy and he's flirted with somebody. We've been out and people flirted with me. Like, it's just, I understand. It's like a conversation.
Right.
Like, but once you start pushing that boundaries and you doing stuff that if I was over your shoulder you wouldn't be doing it, now we have an issue. And then that's where that level of crazy, now I'm gonna turn up on you. Because it's embarrassing. And it's when that happens, it makes you feel insecure. It makes you feel lower than you are. You feel like you have to compare yourself to other women, and it then becomes a competition with women. Like, and it shouldn't be that all over somebody who is doing what?
It's just for fun.
Exactly.
And that's another thing.
Do men want just fun forever, or do they really want something substantial? Judging.
Men definitely want something substantial, I think.
When they're 50 years old.
Most, insane, man.
I already told y'all on the other podcast.
But it is something out there that don't.
Somebody told me 45. That's when to get married. So.
And you know, I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even. You said 90.
I need to be casket ready when I get married. I need to have a.
So you don't want to get married no more?
So you don't. But what about? I mean, I get it, but I think, going to see it somewhere with somebody is like pretty cool. Like, I do want to do that. That's what
I just want to have like
balcony sex in Paris.
Probably like.
You can do that with anybody.
I want to have like 3
in a relationship though. Like
I want to have 3 girls.
Remember we did that 40 years ago in Paris? We had balconies.
Can I have 3 girlfriends? One in like every different continent that I'm going to. Like,
why not?
Have a girlfriend in Africa. Have a girlfriend here. Have a girlfriend in other. Nobody's ever gonna know about each other. Like I'm gonna be here the most, so this is gonna be my wife.
Well,
and I have a girlfriend.
So you never go on live.
That's not gonna work.
With none of them.
I'm never gonna work.
If you could do that, then I need about 5.
5 husbands?
Yes, because let me tell you.
But
I
y'all don't
need 5.
need 5 husbands.
No, not 5 husbands. I don't
5 boyfriends?
Yeah.
So 1
I
husband,
need
4
5.
boyfriends.
Yeah, that'll work. Because my husband is the person I'm having kids with, and You know,
And
I
then,
might have like a little money bag side.
And then when you get tired of him,
a little
you go
turn
where?
up side. You know what I'm saying? Like a little. My husband may not be packing like you need to, so I'm gonna need a side for that. It is what it is. I'm gonna need a side for, you know what I'm saying?
A packing side.
Is that a big problem for women?
I feel and that. I ain't trying to, you know.
Yeah,
But I feel like that is a problem. I feel like niggas is out here thinking that they laying it down and you're not. You're not.
Yo, you ever thought about like, yo, I didn't know how to fuck when I was like 18, 19, and you wish you can go back and refund?
Because they talking about you. No, he,
Like, damn, man, that was some shit, man. If I would do what I do now, goddamn.
I mean, I thought about that when I was like, going back to when I was like 15, 16, like those days. Yeah.
I don't think I knew what I was doing. Like, know what you're doing. Until
like no, because now I'm just.
I'm saying, like, when do you know? That's why 45
Like 22, 23.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like 22, 23,
I think I had read
24.
enough and experimented enough. No, about 23.
is it different for women then?
Why did you say? You know earlier?
I think women know earlier.
Yeah, I mean, shit,
Well, because
you
we
ain't
do all
gotta
the
do
work.
shit.
That's why, God.
You just gotta move your shit to the wing, but man, we gotta worry about us and y'all.
Then we gotta worry about. Okay.
Right.
We gotta worry about us and y'all. That's it. Women, you.
I don't know. It seemed like I don't know.
I mean, women have to know, like.
Guys be more worried about themselves, cause.
Well, a lot of times guys are worried about
Guys,
themselves
of course.
That's what I'm saying. You said both. You said you worried about both.
But I'm saying though, that's the goal. Like.
But it ain't always met. That goal ain't always met, honey. I can line some girls up now, and I bet you they tell you that it's not always met.
Most girls are.
Right.
What was it like? Something like 75% or something.
But
like
it's
that?
That's a big
impossible though.
percentage.
If we did that, it would never. We couldn't survive. Like.
Well, I feel sorry for the y'all percentages. I'm just gonna be tired until we meet the goal. Okay. All right. Now we'll say not every time. Okay. Sometimes you gotta fend for yourself.
You got to fend for yourself.
But see,
right?
why? Okay, so if it's 75%, I feel if it's 75% women who are not like actually satisfied when
That's just so complicated. Like,
but look, why? But why do men cheat? More like why do men cheat? Women should be cheating. If they're the ones that's not getting off, why are we the ones who are not cheating?
More cerebral. That's why. Men are cheating because we can't. Our center cortex is like here, and this is where we're guided. We're not even thinking sometimes. You're like, I don't even like this hoe, but she's grabbing on me, and I know I have a girlfriend.
And I'm going to.
I have a girlfriend. What am I doing? It's 1 o'clock.
That's too far.
I have cut my phone off.
But I feel like that's weak.
It is weak.
I feel like that shows so much about you as a man. I feel like you're weak.
But that's what our organs are, though. Our organs are simple.
Because it's a weakness.
It's a simple.
But that's why I feel like women should be cheating more.
Y'all don't have nothing to control. Okay?
But y'all not satisfied.
This is we're not satisfying. What do you mean we ain't satisfying? We who? Shit. What? You look at
Males are not satisfying their women,
first of
so
all-
we should be cheating. We should be the ones.
Hey, excuse me. Hey, first of all, don't be looking at me.
I'm talking to you.
That nigga over there,
Like we talk about like, well, we're not satisfying.
I'm 30, cuz I know what I'm doing.
I'm just saying.
You over there.
Women ain't satisfied, so they should be cheating.
Well, y'all need to not be nasty, as y'all. No, I'm just joking.
Well, y'all stupid. Y'all are stupid.
I'm totally joking. But no, men aren't satisfying women at such a high rate because it's not your job to do that.
It's not their job to do what?
It's not their job to satisfy us because we're so easily satisfied. So,
Because you're weak.
in conclusion, we have weakness, strongness. I am satisfying y'all every time they do satisfied. We out.
No, sorry.
No, sorry. We out.